Yo, how y'all doing? So, it's been a while since I haven't recorded a video that wasn't live, right? But we just got a bunch of informations about both Lighter and Yanagi's kits, basically everything that is left to know. So, without further ado, I'll introduce you guys, show you guys this PDF that was compiled by my mod, and that it has basically all the information on Lighter. And after we read it all, we will debate a little bit on how we feel about the character, right? So, without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? So, Lighter general informations. We got a bunch of leaks about his engine, his combos, his skills, who he matches with, and everything else. So, Lighter is strong in quick assist. Clearly, he's based off of this. So, someone got hit, he swaps back. You want to parry, swaps him back, then changes again. That's kind of the mechanic over here, right? He can transfer buffs to teammates after leaving the field, potentially offering great boosts to fire team. The interesting thing, though, is that Lighter also actually provides buffs to Ice Team too. And towards the video, you guys are gonna see how and why this is so interesting, right? Because everyone thought Lighter was going to be a fire only stunner, just a replacement for Kaleda, where apparently they decided to make him is not like he does dual element. He does not. He only deals fire damage. That being said, it is interesting that he still buffs ice damage, even though he is a fire focused character, right? And you guys are going to understand why towards the video. So, his W engine, pretty simple shit: attack and impact. Whenever there's a quick assist or a defensive assist triggered, increases the impact. Whenever you hit an enemy, you can accumulate stacks up to 20. Those stacks counts as 1. So every time you hit someone, they refresh and they increase critical damage for ice and fire attacks, right? So just like he is a dual element buffer, his weapon is also a dual element buffer, right? So increases crit damage for both ice and fire. So this is just a multiplier of his engine. Again, the buffs, the 20 stacks last to up to 15 seconds. And every time that you hit the enemy, the whole collection of stacks, right? So be it 1 stack, 5 stacks, 10 stacks, 20 stacks. If you're attacking someone, that full stacks will keep on refreshing, right? So you can leave that application forever if you're managing your team rotation well enough, right? So Lighter cores passive, right? Lighter automatically gains morale at a rate of 4.8 per second. For every 1 point of energy consumed by the on-field character, apparently it can be the attacker, support, stunner, anomaly, whatever character it is. It doesn't have to be him on field. That's what I understood from this. Lighter will also recover zero 0.8 points of morale, right? He has a maximum of 100, and when morale is at 80 and he is off the field, he will do a quick assist, right? So he'll just go into the field, do a big attack, go off, right? You can still play your normal character. Just like whenever you guys, if you guys notice, whenever you guys were doing the 1.2 story, right? And you guys used an EX with Caesar Burnus, whoever it was, then Lighter would sometimes just pop up, do a big punch, and then he would just leave. Probably exactly like that is how this morale system is gonna work, right? When the morale, though, is greater than 80 and he is on field, he'll enter the morale eruption, which launches automatically the last attack on his auto attack chain, right? Lighter has a complex auto attack chain, a little bit more complex than Xingyi. Not only he has the ability to be mashable, just like Xingyi, and do a little bit of JoJo, like, but he also has some variety on it, kind of like Zui1 as well. So he is going to be a pretty fun character to play with. That's why I'm mentioning this right now. So not only whenever he launches the 5th stage of his normal attack, which is the last attack on his auto attack chain, it also increases the damage that he's gonna do on certain attacks on his chain, like the light punch, the jab, the finishing blow, which is a special finisher on his auto attack sequence, right? After the power increase, when the moves hits the enemy, morale will continue to be consumed. Kinda like Jane's bar, right? Whenever Jane's bar reaches the cap and then it activates the new mode, every time you hit someone, the bar gets slowly consumed, right? Not by time, but by amount of hits you do. Same thing here, right? So for every 10 points of morale consumed, his impact will increase up to 18 seconds, up to 18%, sorry, and lasting 6 seconds. So whenever his bar is full, you're just gonna do more damage and do a lot more days. It is that simple, right? Just like whenever Jane bar is full and you start consuming it, you deal more anomaly and more damage overall. Same thing here. Pretty simple. Whenever he is in the morale eruption, though, which is the bar is full and started being consumed, his morale is obviously not going to be gained, right? Because if you did, you could keep that system forever. When the morale ends during a light punch attack or a jump combo, he does a powerful finishing move that will connect automatically. So he'll just insta cast it, right? Probably going to be a sick move to see if it is the one that I'm thinking. In the morale eruption stage, when there's a light punch or a jab hitting an enemy, the target ice attribute damage resistance and the fire attribute damage resistance are reduced by 15% for 15 seconds. So again, a little bit of a dual element buffer that is going on here, right? In the morale eruption stage, when the finishing blow hits an enemy, the root effect will be applied to the enemy, increasing the duration of stuns after entering the stun state by 3 seconds. So remember, like for example, Rina, I don't remember if it's Rina or Anton, that increases the duration of shock by 3 seconds. So in this case, he's not increasing the duration of an anomaly, he's actually increasing the duration of the stun effect. So whenever the enemy is all, ooh, he's gonna get that effect for 3 more seconds. So increasing the window for you to do more damage. This is great, especially for characters that actually need more field time to deal damage. Kinda like Ellen, for example. Zui1 doesn't profit that much out of it, because let's be honest here, you can probably deal most of the damage that Zui1 wants to do anyways on that period of stun time that the mob originally has, right? At least that's my experience with Zui1. So, when launching a finish blow to hit an enemy in the 5th stage, so again, the final move of his normal attack chain, and you switched on to off field, so you just take him out of the field, his morale, or when his morale is exhausted, Lighter will exit the morale eruption state, so he'll stop being transformed, right? The system will stop being active. That being said, he still retains that amount of bar. So, for example, if you activated his bar, right, you consumed half of it, and you take him off of the field, he will disable the transformation, but he will still keep half of the bar. So whenever he goes on field again, you're just going to need to fill out that half of the bar, right? And remember, he also gains that bar off field as well. So again, it is going to be pretty dynamic to play him on a team, right? Especially with Ellen or another DPS that also needs a little bit more field time, right? Because then you can do a little bit of tango there. You can dance between both of the characters, and that's gonna be pretty fucking interesting. I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be pretty fucking fun. So Lighter's additional ability, which is the ones that you have to have someone from his faction or something. In this case, it has to be an attacker or someone from his faction, right? So clearly designed to be in a comp with a pure DPS, right? And not anomaly characters. Which makes me kind of sad, right? Because I think he and Bernice could actually do something cool. Doesn't matter though. So when Lighter hits the enemy with his attack, the whole team gains a layer of uplift up to 20 stacks, lasting 15 seconds, and the duration is refreshed whenever this is triggered. That means whenever I hit someone, the stacks will not only increase, but the general timer of the buff will also increase. So again, if you play this nicely, you can always keep the 15 seconds going. The 20 stacks always stacks over and over and over again. You just need to be more conscious on your rotation, right? So for each layer of uplift, which is each stack, the agent's ice and fire damage will be increased by 0.5%, which means in total we're getting a 10% buff in ice and fire damage, right? If you have the 20 stacks. When any character in the teams enter the field through a quick assist, perfect assist, or chain attack, the duration of the uplift, which is his buff, his fire and ice buff, will be refreshed. So another mechanic, another way that they're creating to help you keep the uptime on that buff forever, right? Because it is kind of hard, I know, for most players to be able to balance both the DPS plus a stunner, plus support. Sometimes not everyone has that ability or wants to have that ability or put in that effort. Some people just want to chill and play the game in a casual way. So the fact that they added this, right, the quick assist, the perfect assist, the chain attack, also refreshing the uplift, makes a lot easier for players to keep the uptime of the buff always there, right? When Lighter's impact is increased and his impact is higher than 170, so starting on 170, every 10 points of impact above that will increase the effect of uplift by an additional up to 10%, right? 0.1 per 10 impact, which is a total of 10%. That means that if you have the 20 stacks plus a max impact points, right, which would be 270, you will be able to actually buff the characters on your team for 20%. 20% ice damage and 20% fire damage increase, which is pretty fucking good. Ain't gonna lie, strong as fuck. Now let's talk specifically about his kit, right? So normal attacks, there's the tap and a hold. He does 5 attacks, physical damage, and fire damage. Normal shit, right? During the activation of the third attack on his chain, you can drag the joystick, right? So you can basically drag the joystick while tapping, right? Keep mashing and dragging the joystick to continually do a chain of attacks, right? So kind of like you would do Zui 1 whenever you're attacking, and then you just push the analog so you can change the directional effect, right? And that changes how she attacks, the animation, the distance, and everything. Same thing with Lighter, right? During the movements, right? During his attack chain, he takes 40% less damage, so he is a little bit more tanky, right? It makes sense. Let's be honest here. If you play Yi, you know that if she didn't had interrupt resist, for example, she would suck a lot more. So just like here, they probably learned that with Yi, and they decided to give him a little bit more damage reduction. This way, you can mash him without worrying that much, right? So whenever you are in the 5th stage, though, which is the last attack of his normal attack chain, and you release the analog, right, and you keep mashing the attack button or holding it, right, you're gonna trigger a jab combo. And if you keep doing this, you're just gonna keep extending it. So just like the third auto attack on his chain, his 5th one is also extendable through mashing or holding. Kind of nice that they added the option to hold, because I know there's a lot of people that actually play on the mouse and they complain a lot that they have to keep mashing their mouse with Yi, and that they end up getting hurt, right? Some type of wrist pain or whatever it is. I don't really care because I play on a joystick and it feels a lot better. That being said, it's always nice to see the option to just hold instead of mash. Because let's be honest, I don't really want to break my controller. I don't know how long the shit will last. So that's a great addition. So remember, not only on his third attack chain, his third attack on his attack chain, but on his 5th one as well, he can be extended towards mashing or holding the attack button, right? And that I already know people are gonna love, because people already love the fact that you can mesh in Yi. The fact that Lighter has 2 different meshable options is gonna feel fucking amazing for most of the players. Let's be honest here. So after tapping or holding, when you reach the duration limit, so apparently there is a limit, not like Yi, which is infinite, he does a finishing blow, right? So a big bang attack. It is what it is. In the moral eruption state, the interrupt resistance level during the 5th stage is also increased. So not only he takes less damage, but on his 5th auto attack chain, if he has the bar activated, he has a bigger interrupt resistance. So you can just keep on mashing and tanking until they finish the attack. This core passive, we're going to talk soon. So, the quick assist, defensive assist, follow up, dodge counter, whatever it is basically simple. All of them are the same. Whenever you do them, you activate the quick assist, the dodge, the defensive assist, parry, whatever the fuck it is. He's going to go into the field, he's going to do a big damage, he's going to be invincible during the animation, obviously. And after that, you can already mash or hold his auto attack, because then he already be on the final stage of his normal attack. So you can keep doing that auto attack sequence. starting already from the last hit, and after that he's gonna do the big button. So we can always use this. So as especially as a defensive assist or as a follow up, which is whenever your character is down, and then you can just quick switch to just keep his stacks going, right? So whenever there's an opportunity to parry an enemy or your main DPS support, whoever was on field, you got attacked, just switch to lighter, finish his auto attack chain because he's already going to start on the fifth one. So it's basically a shortened version of it. Get his stacks refreshed, let him do the big blast at the end, and thus switch back to your normal character, right? So the difference numbers here from the core passive, basically one leaker is saying it's 18%, the other leaker is saying that it goes up to 27%, right? The core passive basically is the system involving morale, right? That is said that whenever 10 points of his morale get consumed, which is his transformation activation bar, kind of like James, right? So it is said that for every 10 points, his impact will be increased by 1.8 up to 18, lasting for 6 seconds. And another leaker is saying that it goes up to 27%. I guess we're still gonna need to wait for more sources to confirm if it is up to 18 or 27, right? So his EX, his special skill, right? So whenever he has sufficient energy, you just tap to activate. He's gonna do an uppercut, right? Simple shit, doing tons of fire damage. It is what it is. During the activation, though, you can tap on it again, and he will do a follow up. So probably after he does the Shoryuken, he's probably just gonna go do a downward punch. Probably, if I had to guess, right? During the skill, he has invincibility, so just like most characters, invincible during the animation of their skill, right? After his skill is executed, he's going to be connecting towards the end of the normal attack chain. So just like the defensive assist, just like the follow up, and every other type of connection between characters with the quick assist. After he does this, he also goes towards the end of his normal attack chain, allowing you to do the meshable attack on the fifth, which is the last auto attack, and after that he does the big bang, right, the big punch at the end. So Mindscapes, let's just go quickly about it because most people don't really care too much about this, right? So basically what it says here is after he applies roots to enemies, which is extending the timer that they are stunned for 3 more seconds, right? They also increase the vulnerability multiplier, which I guess is the day's multiplier damage, by 60%. I wonder if these numbers are right though, because 60% increase on the damage is fucking insane. That being said, you're gonna need his M1 to do that. So it ain't that interesting, huh? That is a little bit of a whale bait, if I can say so myself. When entering or switching to on field, his morale is under 50, he will immediately go to 100, and this can only trigger each minute, right? So this is just a quality of life copy, right? Just to make it a little bit easier to play him, so he has less field time, right? You don't have to manage the bars that much, right? You swap to him, he's basically already capped, ready to go. The third one basically is going to increase the stun timer instead of 3 to 5 seconds, right? So allowing the enemy to be stunned even longer. Not only that, but you're also going to increase the amount of damage that the enemy takes, both ice and fire, by reducing their ice and fire attribute resistance, right? By 10%. The other one is during the light punch or combo, whatever combo he's in, basically, and his morale is over, a powerful finishing blow is automatically connected to hit an enemy. It will additionally trigger quick assists. Basically saying that whenever anyone is attacking and he doesn't have the bar full, he will still cast the quick assist, right? Because before he needed the bar all the way up to 80 to do the quick assist, right? The automatic quick assist. And with this copy, I guess, you just won't need to have the morale filled. It will do it anyways, right? When lighter is off field, the energy recovery efficiency of characters on the field is increased by 10%. This is pretty fucking good, right? Especially for Ellen. Let's put it like this. Don't know if there's other DPS that will take too much advantage of it. Maybe Soldier 11, right? Because this way she can spam her special more, allowing you to not have to time her auto attacks that much, right? And the last one is whenever Lighter enters the morale eruption state, he will recover 4 points of energy for off-field characters with a maximum with a cooldown of 15 seconds, right? So kind of good. I don't really care too much about this one though. I don't feel like 4 points of energy is that much. That being said, it is what it. The best ones are for sure the first one because it's just a big ass a damage increase whenever the enemy is stunned, right? The second one's kind of good, quality of life and everything. I would argue the third one is probably the second best one, right? Because it is 10%, basically 10% increase in damage. Fucking amazing, right? That is pretty much for lighter. These are just some old leaks. We do got some additional info that I totally forgot about, and we're gonna talk about it right now, right? So apparently he has a taunt that involves his sunglasses. I have no idea. Maybe he just lowered the sunglasses, look at us, and was like, "Huh, you fucking dumbass," and just taunts everyone. Who knows? Has a lot of parts to his M3, possibly implying some long attacks with a lot of hits. Just like we said, the third and his fifth basic attack has a lot of possibilities, right, and a lot of connections. You can mash it. You can mash it till it does a special move. You can use the analog to modify the way that the mashing works. Again, a mix of Chingy and Zuiwan in a lot of ways, right? As EX may work similarly to Anton, having two parts, having the default forward costing 40 and backwards costing 20. So basically what they're saying is that if you activate his special and if you are using the analog still or pushing forward, you are going to consume more energy, but probably do more damage. And if you are using it backwards, right, you're going to consume less energy, but probably also going to do less damage. Kind of like Anton does it as well, right? Appears to have an auto dodge similar to Z1. Again, makes total sense. After all, you can use the analog while he's using the basic attacks to change the way that his basic attack works. So it's probably, again, he is a fist fighter, so it's probably going to do some punches, dodge to a place, do some punches, dodge to another place, do some punches, right? It kind of makes sense. Let's be honest here. Just like it makes sense for Zui1, because she is a leg fighter, right? She does a lot of kicks and also has a gun. It's, again, a mixture of Chingy and Zui1, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. That's the all the info that we have on Lighter right now. I don't right now. I don't know if we're gonna have anything else coming later. Let's see if we do though. I will 100% update you guys. Create another video on it. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, tell me. Are you guys going to pull for Lighter? Are you guys going to use Lighter on Ellen and replace Lycan? Are you guys going to use Lighter with Soldier 11 and replace Colada? Are you guys going to use Lighter in some weird situation like Jane or maybe with, I don't know, Zui1, who knows, and replace Xingyi? What are you guys thinking about his kit, his damage, and everything that I just explained here? Are you guys enjoying it or not? So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave it a like, subscribe to my channel, follow me on my Twitch. Don't forget to join my Discord in case you guys want to. Talk about leaks, talk about DDZ, Uwu, Genshin, HSR, anime, other games, drama, reacts, whatever the fuck it is, you guys are more than welcome to join us and talk about it. So yeah, that's it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Bye bye.